last night we bolted out of Brisbane to get a few Ks under our belts. We're only about 200, just on 200 Ks. We stopped at a place called Bowenville Reserve. Not a bad spot. We stayed here once before. So from here, this is, I guess, officially day one of Expedition 2018. So sit down and enjoy. We welcome you aboard. Bowenville Reserve. It's looked after by the Toowoomba Council and it just sits on this lovely little river. I'm not sure what it's called, but we'll find out. They've done some amazing things with it. It used to be all full of snags and stuff, and they dragged a lot of it out, and they've actually found that the snags are actually part of the normal ecology. They actually create an opportunity for the bank to regerminate or revegetate. Once upon a time they thought that when the trees fell down it actually caused the erosion of the bank. Further studies have actually shown that it doesn't. It actually helps to hold the dirt in place. Creates a home, deteriorates, creates food. So it's a pretty little spot just for the night. So when you're touring, you get the opportunity to see some really fantastic places and hear some wonderful stories, but you also hear some sad ones as well. Wow, on this site in August 1972, a truckload of ammonium nitrate exploded, taking 3 young lives and destroying the prime mover and trailer. The explosion left a crater in the road 2 metres deep by 5 metres wide by 20 metres long. And parts of the truck and trailer were scattered up to 2 kilometres away. And this bull bar was found 200 metres north in the bottom of a gully. It came to rest amongst trees without actually hitting any, which would indicate that it must have been blown hundreds of metres into the air and came to rest almost vertically. We've just transversed the Fitzroy Development Road, which was a bit of a shortcut from Leichhardt Highway through to Rolleston. So we've just got out here, but more importantly, what we're doing, you can see the horizon, and last night was much the same. We've been shrouded with rain and cloud all day. It's almost like it's just trying to catch that elusive rainbow. We just get there and then it disappears and clouds over again. So hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. But anyway, we're heading for Rolleston tonight. Probably in the caravan park at this stage. What is it now? It's 3:45. We've got about 90 k's to go, so yeah, about 4:30. We'll go from there.
Yeah, look at that line.
So you can see the line, yeah. So we just chased it last night, chasing it again tonight. Today sees us leaving Rolleston. We'll head through Barcaldine and then make our destination tonight, Lara Wetlands. Wow, look at this. The moving cattle. This is the third lot we've seen in the last couple of days. So it must be just the time of the year that they move them from paddock to somewhere. They've had them feeding somewhere, or they're taking them somewhere to feed. Some calves, they're not going to taking them to slaughter, but I'd suggest. Ooh, beautiful. Round them up, head them out. Have a feed on the move.
Mm. Well, that's what they were doing yesterday. They were eating as they went, slowly. And on his horse up the front.
Yeah. Hello. Let's turn them up. Where's them dogs? Oh.
In front of the car, as we speak. Decided that the grass is greener on the other side.
They've all decided to swap cones on the sides now.
He's been working his horse a bit.
Oh mate, his horse has got a bit of a lather up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Here's the dog. There you go. Something you see every day. Sure. A stark contrast to how roads are made today. In 1905, Chinese labour was used to cut this road with only hand tools. And as another day becomes tomorrow. Well, this is what we awaken to. Absolutely fantastic. So today we're going to tackle the Homestead tour. Really looking forward to that. Morning, Liz.
Morning, John.
You've got the fire going. You've got.
Yeah.
You done that before?
I use the coals.
Just the coal. Did you need a match?
Nope.
Meet us here, they said. Looks like our chariot awaits and our ride to the homestead.
station, Lara, and Lara 20 Mile, and another one called Ramona. We've drawn off Barcaldine Downs in the very early 1900s. Now, you might have seen signs to Barcaldine Downs. If you travel this country, you might know about, have heard about Barcaldine Downs. A huge sheep station in its day, and still a working station today. So the man that drew this particular station in Lara 20 Mile, this is 15,000 acres, Lara 20 Mile.
So after some history of the station, we were then entertained with some scones and jam and a cup of tea. And man, did we need it. It was freezing cold. That wind would cut through you like a knife.
On the dashboard there, where it was distributed from.
This looks a Humboldt.
we've just left Lara Wetlands, heading for somewhere around Boulia tonight, maybe a little bit further if it'd be nice if we can, but we'll see how we travel. About 680 k's to do. So back to Lara. What a great spot, the Lara Wetlands. We did the tour, and that was extremely interesting to find out the state of play in terms of the artesian basin that feeds the water. A bit about Joe and Michael's story on the farm, and how it all sort of started. So if ever you're there, it's worth doing the tour. Apart
with
from
the lovely scones, jam, and a cup of tea.
So after that, we a few little maintenance things around camp, and then we went over and tackled the artesian water hole, which is a natural one, where the others they tend to filter the water before it actually goes in, so it's clear. This has actually still got the green lichen on it, or in it. So interesting, certainly different. But again, the water's nice and clean, and you can feel it doing you good. Hair's nice and soft. It's the water that they use to feed the showers. So a great spot, absolutely great spot. We enjoyed a couple of chilly days. We come up last night as well. About 7 degrees this morning when we first got up, which is certainly cold for out here, but it's a southerly wind. It was the biter. So we've had a chance to try a few things out. We've used the fire pit, and that works a treat. Crack of coals. Liz actually lit it from just sticks yesterday morning, and we cooked our bacon and eggs on it. So beautiful.
Well, we made it out past Boulia and ended up at one of our favourite spots out this way on the banks of the Georgina River, just as the sun was setting.
This river is as dry as dry. Last time we came across, there was water flowing in it. Well, at least water in it.
So imagine that. What's it called? Craven Peak. 65 kilometres to the gate. That's a fair walk to get the paper every morning, I reckon.
At our lunchtime stop, we uncovered some damage. Whilst not diabolical, it will cause some inconvenience. The Anderson plug has come out. We've not only lost the plug, but it's badly damaged the wires. And the stones have eaten away at the mud flaps.
are just travelling along the edge of the Stoneway range. Richard on the left. It's actually quite spectacular, that morning sun. So yeah, here we are. Oh dear, what a day yesterday.
What happened yesterday, John?
Well, we got up bright and early and we were sort of on the road by 8 o'clock. We had about 400 odd k's to do on the Plenty Highway. Now we've travelled the Plenty Highway quite a few times now, about four times, which is quite a few for a lot of people. And man, it was the roughest that we've ever experienced. There were patches that were just solid bull dust, and you know, we certainly slowed our travel down. Not that that mattered, but it was really badly corrugated, dips, washouts, and then there were sections that were just quite good. We just zoomed along, and so I don't know. They're actually doing some repairs, and there's just a whole section of it that's been resealed, widened and resealed, and you can see more where you bypass it, and there's probably another 6, 8, 10 k's of stuff that they're about to seal. So I guess maybe 2 years time when we're back again, then that much more will be done. But yeah, that was quite horrific, and it didn't go without incident. We had a couple of things. We lost the cover of the gas hose. Luckily there was no damage to the actual fitting. So we spent most of the day without an Anderson plug. So that's come out, dragged along the road, and absolutely demolished that and the cable. So we've taken the opportunity to sneak into Alice Springs and grab some bits so I can do the repairs. I did carry a spare Anderson plug, but bugger, I didn't have anything to solder the wires on. So we'll address that, get a few groceries, refuel. We've got the camp oven dinner tonight, so looking forward to that.
Well, this brings back some great memories. The last time we were at the Tropic of Capricorn was on the Hay River back in 2009. After the trip to Bunnings and Woolies, we refueled and headed back to Gemtree. We found another option to get back, so it was a right-hand turn and back on the gravel. Well, here's the Anderson plug all fixed up. The power board relocated to charge the camera batteries.
look cold? We are cold. Wow, it was, what is it now? It's 8:45, it's 4 degrees. It was cold night. We were warm in the van, but just getting out and getting organised. So today takes us from Gem Tree Caravan Park to Ruby Gap National Park.
Via the bins track.
Via the bins track. So a little bit of four-wheel driving, probably. So yep, we're looking forward to that. So bunker down and off we go.
What a stunning drive. From a good gravel road to a single lane track. The closer to the gorge we got, the more the track closed in. We were loving this. So different to the West McDonald's, this has the character of the real outback. We were escaping the crowds and looking forward to exploring some old gold mines and a walk up the dry riverbed to the base of the gorge that is Ruby Gap. After leaving the information station, the first bit is to get across a soft sandy stretch and then a short run up the riverbed to find a campsite. The run wasn't too bad, just patches of soft sand and some rocky outcrops to negotiate, and it wasn't long before we found a suitable spot to settle in for a couple of days.
to Ruby Gap Nature Park. Quite a drive in. Took us about an hour and 15 minutes to do 30 kilometres or something. Yeah, it's quite bad in some places. But anyway, we're here, we're all set up. Ruby Gap got its name. It was one of the first mining booms, I guess, in Central Australia. In 1886, March of 1886, yeah, so a chap called David Lindsay found what he thought were rubies in the heart of this the riverbed, the Hale River. So by 1887, there were over 200 people that actually started to fossick and mine in the area. It was later to be found that the rubies weren't rubies, they were just high class garnets, which didn't have anywhere near the value, and within a matter of weeks they just moved away. So then there was movement down the road, and there was some gold discovered in Outtunga. So everybody left chasing the poor quality rubies or garnets and headed off chasing the gold.
Man, we thought it was cold yesterday. Oh, crikey's teddy, it's cold this morning. I've checked the car, the temperature gauge is showing -5 degrees. The air is so dry, there's no frost. So there's no real indication as to how cold it is apart from our ears and our runny noses. So a hearty breakfast is had, ready for a day exploring Ruby Gap. We've heard so much about this place, I hope it doesn't disappoint. We are actually camped in Ruby Gap, so the walk takes us upstream through the Glen Annie Gorge. David Lindsay named this after his wife. Life is always there, just waiting for that first drop of summer rain that will breathe life back into this parched outback. Spectacular country. Just at the moment, half of the gorge is in shade, and the other half's got the sun belting off the rock. Absolutely bloody amazing. Check this place out. Isn't it absolutely amazing? Like all good things, it's come to an end, and we need to start making our way back to camp. When we got back and checked out the photos that Liz had taken, they were too good to not share. Here are some examples. Well done, babe. What a cracker of a spot. It definitely did not disappoint. In the next episode, we head for the mining town of Arltunga. Then it's into Alice Springs for a big stock up before we continue our journey west.